Have you ever met someone who walks into a room without saying a word, yet the energy around them changes instantly? Someone whose silence speaks louder than most people's noise. That, my friends, is the presence of a Sigma female. The world often underestimates her, labels her as cold or mysterious. But in truth, she is powerful in ways most can't even begin to imagine. Sigma females don't play by society's rules, and that's exactly what makes them unforgettable. While men follow the path set before them, they carve out their own. And though that journey is not always easy, it's always worth it. Today we're diving into 7 terrifying things all Sigma females do. Not terrifying because they are dangerous, but because they shake the foundations of comfort zones, challenge expectations, and disrupt the status quo. And when someone dares to do that, the world can't help but pay attention. Before we continue, let me say this clearly. If you're ready to unlock the kind of power that Sigma females embody, if you want to train your mind and spirit to rise above the ordinary, then don't just watch, be part of this movement. Subscribe our channel Next Gen Motive, because this is where we fuel your fire, sharpen your willpower, and remind you that you were built for something greater. Now let's get into the truth about Sigma females. The first thing that terrifies people about them is their independence. A Sigma female doesn't need validation. She doesn't sit around waiting for applause or approval, because her sense of worth comes from within. That alone unsettles those who thrive on external recognition. When you can walk alone with your head high, when you can face the silence without fear, you send a message to the world: I am enough. And let me tell you, few things are as intimidating as someone who genuinely believes in their own worth. The second terrifying thing is their unshakable boundaries. A Sigma female knows exactly where her lines are drawn, and she doesn't apologize for enforcing them. People may call her harsh or too distant, but in reality she simply refuses to let anyone take advantage of her energy, her time, or her kindness. Boundaries are not walls, they're gates of respect, and every Sigma female knows if you don't guard your own value, the world will try to cheapen it. Next comes her ability to think differently. Sigma females don't blindly follow trends or chase the crowd. They analyze, they observe, and they make decisions based on their own critical thinking. That scares people, because society is built on conformity. When one person stands apart and refuses to be swayed by majority opinions, it highlights how many others are simply drifting along. A Sigma female is not a rebel without cause, she's a strategist with a vision. The fourth terrifying thing: emotional control. Imagine facing life's storms and not letting them break you. Imagine hearing criticism and not allowing it to define you. Sigma females master their emotions, not by ignoring them, but by understanding them. They channel pain into power, solitude into strength, and challenges into growth. People are unsettled by this because emotions are often used as weapons to manipulate. But a Sigma female refuses to be played. She chooses to respond, not react, and that level of self-mastery is rare and deeply intimidating. The fifth quality is their refusal to tolerate mediocrity. Sigma females don't settle for good enough. They hold themselves, and often those around them, to higher standards. They believe in growth, in progress, in the pursuit of excellence. And here's the truth: when you raise your standards, you automatically make others uncomfortable. Because if you can demand more from life, it forces them to ask why they've accepted so little. The Sigma female becomes a mirror, reflecting back what others could be, but aren't willing to pursue. The sixth terrifying thing is their mysterious aura. Sigma females don't feel the need to broadcast every detail of their lives. In a world obsessed with oversharing, silence becomes a superpower. People fear what they can't understand, and they can't understand someone who refuses to be fully predictable. Mystery creates curiosity, and curiosity creates influence. A Sigma female knows that sometimes saying less leaves a stronger mark than saying everything. And finally, the seventh thing: their resilience. Life throws obstacles, heartbreaks, and failures at everyone. But Sigma females have this terrifying ability to rise again and again, no matter how many times they fall. They don't let setbacks define them. Instead, every challenge becomes fuel, every failure becomes a lesson, and every scar becomes proof of survival. That resilience scares people because it reveals a truth most try to avoid. Life will test you, but you choose whether to break or to grow. Now think about this. These 7 traits are not exclusive to Sigma females. They're choices, habits and mindsets that anyone can develop. Independence, boundaries, critical thinking, emotional control, high standards, mystery, resilience. These are tools available to all of us. The reason Sigma females embody them so powerfully is because they've had the courage to live authentically, even when the world pushed them to conform. And you can do the same. Ask yourself, are you living your life for you, or for the expectations of others? Are you setting boundaries, or are you constantly drained because you're too afraid to say no? Do you think for yourself, or do you let society think for you? These are hard questions, but the answers will shape your destiny. The Sigma female archetype is not here to intimidate you, it's here to challenge you. To prove that you too have the power to walk away from anything that doesn't serve you. To remind you that your strength doesn't need to be loud, to be real. To inspire you to rise from every fall with greater determination. So if people fear Sigma females, let them. Fear is only the shadow cast by true power. And if you feel a spark inside you right now, that's not by accident. That's your inner voice telling you it's time to stop shrinking and start expanding. It's time to claim your space in this world, unapologetically. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to be liked. You don't need to fit in. You only need to be true to yourself. Remember this, the world is moved forward, not by those who blend in, but by those who stand apart. And sometimes the very traits that others find terrifying are the exact ones that set you free. So rise, walk boldly, and live as though your life itself is a message, because it is.